So in this video, I want to show you how you can take your footage from looking like this to looking like this. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, before we get started, I wanted to let you know that this is a video that is a part 2 to our last video. So in the last video, I told you how you can use 2 lights for about 80 bucks to make your footage look very similar to what we have right here. I do encourage you to go back and watch the video, but a quick recap. We have a softbox, which is a Mount Dog softbox, to the side of our camera, about 45 degrees and pretty close, about as close as you can get without it being in the scene. So that creates a little bit of a flattering look on your face, highlights your subject if you're not recording yourself, and it gives you a good look right there. And then we have, we couldn't figure out the brand name, but I did link something very similar to it down below, which is our backlight right here, or hair light. I don't really know exactly what they call it, but it's in the back. He talked about all the different ways you can use both of these lights to create multiple looks. Actually, I didn't do the math, so I don't know how many looks, but it's a lot more than just 2, right? So you got this light right here, you got that light right here. Just a quick view. You can go ahead if you want to. You can even pause this video. You can do that. I don't care. All right, pause this video. Go watch the other video because this probably was linked somewhere up here or linked down below. Go check that out, you know, and then come back to this video when you're ready to go even further, right? And so today, what we're gonna be doing is adding a couple of more lights. We wanna get a little bit fancier, right? So, like I said, for step number 1 is you wanna have your, what we call our key light. This is our main light, lighting your subject close to your face. It's a soft box. It's a pretty cheap box as far as lighting is concerned, because these things get expensive, right? I ain't start making money like that to be buying the super expensive one. The most expensive light I have was given to me by a friend who has even more expensive lights. I'm just saying. And so this is a great option for those of you just getting started. This light in itself, by itself, is about $45. But if you're gonna do what we're doing today, I would encourage you to click the one where you get a 2-pack. And you're gonna get 2 of these Mount Dog soft boxes that'll help you get the look that we're trying to achieve today. So we also have another angle right here to kind of give you a little bit behind the scenes of what we got going on. So as we get started, a couple things we need to keep in mind. Don't forget the last video is that you're gonna look right here, 45-degree angle for this main light. Now here's the thing about the backlight, it's gonna be a little bit different from the light that we talked about in the last video. This one is gonna become our hair light. I think we may have called it that. What we want this one to do is create this separation that we have right here. So these are the 2 you have. Now, the next light is a new light for this video. I'm gonna get that one set up for you right now. Here's the thing that you need to understand about this light right here, right? Is you want this one to not be as bright as your main light right here. Now, here's the thing that's a little bit tricky. If you buy both of these lights, this is real tricky because the remote control, no matter which one you get, for that one or that one, is gonna control both lights. So I'm gonna try to do my best to turn down this light without turning off that light, all right? I've upgraded my setup since then, and so I got a light that's not on the same frequency, but we're gonna try to do it anyhow, all right? All right, so as you see, it kind of gets a little finicky, right? This is what happens when you buy cheaper things. Like I said, this stuff is not cheap in quality, it's just low in cost, but it provides a great quality. So with that cheaper price, you're gonna have to kind of finesse it a little bit. And so one thing I like to do is I like to get my fill light set to where I want it to be, because it's automatically, you see my main light, my key light is turning up too. So I get this one where I want, all right? And you wanna make sure that this light is on warm, right? So you do that, get that set. And then once I have this looking how I want to look right here, I'm gonna turn this away. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's a little raggedy, right? It's a little ghetto. I'm just saying, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? But hey, once you get it set how you want it, it's gonna work. All right, so what you wanna do is you wanna point that one away from your remote control and get your key light back to where you want it to be. All right, cool. All right, so you bring this in, bring it back, still adjust it. All right, see now you got your fill light All right, now another thing you probably want to do is play around with your hair light too, because it can be on this side, or you can take it and put it on this side. It creates a little bit more of that hairline that you're looking for right there. There you go. So you got a little bit more coming in, got a little bit more light on you. It's filling in a little bit better. You let me know down below if it looks different to you. It really doesn't look different to me because I'm seeing it happen in real life. Now, the next thing you want to focus on are what we like to call practical lights. Now, these are the kind of lights that you're going to see in the background that you just turn on. They really don't affect like the actual subject, but it kind of just helps the mood of the room. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the practical lights in the back as well. Now, here's the thing before I turn those on. A lot of people use like colorful lights, mood lights, and different things like that. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. I just have the cheap lights, and this is all I got, and this is what I'm working with, and we making it work. All right, so we're gonna turn these on. We're gonna see how that looks. All right, and so this is what it looks like with all of the practical lights on in the back. Now, these are just simple lights that you just throw in the back. It can be RGB lights, it can be string lights, it can be any kind of lights you want back there. These are lights that are just kind of showing off a little bit of personality, kind of help the vibe of the video, help the vibe of the room, kind of make things feel better. It can be colorful lights, it can be all types of things like that. I'm not gonna pull out my more expensive lights because I want this video to stay as cheap as possible. You're just getting started, right? And so all of these lights, man, I think you get the soft boxes. I think it's about 75, 80 bucks. Look down below. I'll have everything correct down below. You have your hair light right here, which was about $35. And then lamps. I mean, you got lamps around your house. I mean, you just pull those out. Any fancy looking lamps or just lamps that aren't beat up or whatever. Anything back there, just put something back there so it can look good. And then if you want to, man, spice it up, add some props, you know, show off your personality a little bit. Right there, I like Marvel. I got globes and different things like that. I got a random scoreboard, some stuff up there. You've seen in my other videos, I have my Bible, I have other things that I have in the background and all kind of things like that. I wear certain types of shirts that promote what I believe and different things like that. So just make it your own. Have fun with it. It's your channel, it's your video, and people are gonna come to you and be attracted to you for your personality. And no matter how weird or quirky you think it is, man, if it's you, it's you, right? You want people subscribing to your channel. You want people watching your videos who connect with you for who you are. You should never, ever, ever change who you are just to get some subscribers or to get people to look at your videos or anything like that. So show yourself off, man. If you got a whole bunch of Funko Pops, you got a whole bunch of collectibles, and you just nerd out about that, even if the channel isn't about that, right? Put it back there. Have fun with it, man. Here's the thing about this. A lot of this is can be used in different formats, right? This is like a talking head video. This format can also be used for a podcast if you're doing an interview, especially if you're doing interviews online or through the internet. This is the perfect kind of setup. I would just add maybe like a desk. That way you can have some computer screens. We actually have a video coming later on that will go over my live stream setup that I use for my other channel for my podcast, and we'll get to that later. But yeah, this is pretty good, man. This is even like pretty decent. I've used this setup for like photography. I'm not a photographer, and so it kind of got me by. So maybe not the best. Maybe look at other photography channels if you want better advice on that. But man, this is pretty good. Now here's the thing, you can achieve this look not only with the camera that I have today, which I'm recording on a Sony ZV-1, which is an older camera and it still looks this good, but you can also take these same principles and apply them to how you record with your cell phone. But in order for your cell phone to look as crispy and as nice as this camera right here, or pretty close to it, man, there are a couple of things that we need to talk about, right? So go ahead and click this video right here and we'll talk about them over there. Peace.